Good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Very nice start to the year. Nvidia continues to go. You buy it, you sell it, you buy it, you sell it, you buy it, you sell it. Moving. Today you got coin is in court. Does something happen there? Maybe not. So here's the thing. They're trying to classify all these altcoins as SEC says they're securities. If they're not securities, then you can sell anything you want. SEC can't regulate them. So based on the questioning, this thing can either go 5-10 points, maybe more, either way. Okay? If for some reason it would get thrown out or blah, 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 or SEC concedes, coin is up 50. If the judge were to say, no, it is, and coin says, okay, it is, down 50. And then we see. Microsoft yesterday, 394. You had almost a triple. AMD, I came on here yesterday, said AMD is going to run. It's going to rip. It got a huge upgrade. And here's the thing with AMD, guys. If you don't understand this piece of it, you probably don't understand trading. Okay? Here's the piece. Everybody wants the next big thing. You want to be in the next Tesla when the stock goes parabolic. When Tesla goes from 70 to 4,000, Netflix goes from 70 to 3,000, that's the trade you want. Okay? Now, nobody's saying AMD is it or now is it or anything. But here's what I'm telling you. If there's a potential for that, then when it gets an upgrade, the upgrade on AMD was to 200. The stock's at 140 something. It's at 200. They're going to move it to the resistance point, Sam's Beast number, 152. They were going to take it there. Let me tell you, the day that SMCI gets an upgrade to 400 or 430, they're going to take it to 357. I'm not saying it breaks, but they're going to take it there. And if it breaks, you have to be in it. Everybody will be in it. So that's what happened with AMD. It got near this 152. It didn't go. It went a little bit lower. We bought them at, 160, 170. It went to 120. And then a minute later, it went to $2. Then went to $3. Then went to $4. Today, they're going to be $5. Then they're going to be $6. They'll be $6 if you held them. But we rolled up and did fine. And that's how we keep trading. You buy them, you sell them. So this one guy sent me this message, Sam, I don't trade anything but your beast numbers. So he pays us just for the beast numbers, and he made $800,000 last year. That's it. So if this year you did nothing but the beast numbers, you started the year, you're doing nothing. Lilly hit 603, boom, you're in. Lily's at 630. Boom. So say he only put in $5,000, he's probably 35 grand. Or say he put in $2,000. Say he put in $2,000. He's probably 20 grand. Then he says, I'm waiting for the next one. Well, it takes a week. And Nvidia 503. Boom. $4 goes to 50. The 520s, which are $1. So you would buy those on the break of the beast number, and it probably cost you $3 then. So you put $3 of your Lilly money in there, and they instantaneously tripled. And, they ended up at 20s, went to 52, so they went to $32. Okay? Now you have a beast number of AMD, 152. You had the SMCI beast number of 327, and it went to 357. So that's 4 trades. And then you have Microsoft that just took off 392. You got a double. Didn't hold, but you got a double. That's 4 beast number trades, and that's it. Tesla working lower. People send me messages, Tesla ready. What's Tesla ready? They're going to tell you when they have earnings that they're going to guide down because their factory was closed for 13 days. They're going to tell you nobody wants an EV because you're going into a deep freeze, and literally there's pictures of 20, 30, 40 cars that are just stranded by the charging stations because the charging stations can't even work, and you can't charge them. I'm telling you. You have other pictures of the doors don't open. I mean, look, maybe you buy a Tesla and maybe your Tesla's okay, and you live in a cold area, and maybe you don't have a problem with it. But if I was younger and I had a kid or a child and I was in a Tesla, I would freak out because just because the car says you have 30 miles left doesn't mean it doesn't shut off at 20 miles. It just does when it's this cold. It just does. Okay? So, and I like Tesla. But let me tell you, I don't believe the car is a game changer because Elon made stuff up. He said, I'm going to do a $25,000 car and I want this car for everybody. And then he raises it to $50,000 and $60,000. Why did he raise it? He didn't raise it because he couldn't build a $25,000 car. He can't. But his margins are low. He wanted his stock and he wanted enormous wealth. And he got it. He did great. He took the stock to 4,000. But if he would have sold all those Model 3s and everything at 25,000, his stock would have never went to 4,000. It would have been at 2,000. Still good. Okay? And now, let me tell you, he only has 13% of the trading stock. I mean, the voting stock. Are they going to double? Is the company going to double his money? Let me tell you, the people at the company are not intelligent. They were giving him grief before. If he were to leave, let me tell you what he could do. He could really destroy Tesla. He could not only leave, but he could say, I'm going to sell all my stock. Jesus. Then the stock trades like General Motors for the rest of your life. Now, once again, Sam's not telling you this is going to happen. Sam's just telling you it's possible. It's possible. So if it's possible, you just have to be aware of it. And you say, hey, Sam, I'm aware of it. I don't care. I'll buy Tesla. Okay, good for you. No problem. When Tesla says my margins are better, we'll go buy it. And the stock will go up a lot when it's ready. Pretty simple, right? This is expiration week. The market is lower. There's stress on the market. Rates continue to jump up, and dollar continues to go. So there's stress on the market right now. It's going to stay probably till Friday, maybe till Monday, Tuesday. And then we see. Boeing. Can you imagine the clowns on CNBC? Can you imagine all the clowns? Okay, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Boeing had a disaster when the plane crashed, the MAX crashed. And people came on, it was down 25, and they said, oh, this is no big deal. And Sam said, it's a big deal. They said, it's no big deal. So it goes from 350 to 300 to 250 to 200 to 150 to 100 to 90. And every month the CEO comes out and says, oh, we'll be back next month. And it took 2 years. Now this one, you have this blow, oh, this is no big deal. This is just a plug. It is a big deal. Because if it happens again and one guy dies, whatever airline that is pretty much bankrupt. It's bankrupt. Because the lawsuit isn't for $1 million. It's for billions of dollars. You put a known problem out there. You knew this. Alaska said, oh, think about this. If you're flying, do you go sit in that exit row or anymore? Isn't that interesting? The other day I flew, right? All the exit door seats were empty on Southwest. Isn't that interesting? Right? So just understand that. Nobody says it's going to happen again. It doesn't have to happen again. It just has to have the perception that it can happen again. And then Boeing Boeing is a stock of the year at 8 places. Stock of the year. And it's down 60 points in 2 weeks. And if this takes out 191, it's got 172 written all over it. 172. Retail sales. Last week, funny, right? Last week, Boeing popped to 232, and I'm just laughing. We're buying the 227.50s. Now, our problem is we didn't hold them. We took a double and didn't hold them. But all you have to do really is buy Boeing, and you go out 2 weeks, and it's just going to go lower. There's no compelling reason to buy it at all. Things are not easy. One more thing here. One more thing. Very, very interesting to me. So these guys are like, oh, it takes an hour and a half to do an inspection. So I was in a Max the other day, right? Southwest. I was in a Max. And you'd see these doors. Now, I was not near a plug door. This was near just an exit door. And you don't see the bolts. There's no bolts. So that means there's trim. You have to pop the trim off to look at the bolts. You have to pop the trim off to look at the bolts. So this is not a simple visual inspection. But they're trying to tell you it is. So just know this. So Boeing goes from 400 to 90, and you think it's going to go from 250 to 230. Guys, wake up. You got to wake up. Okay? Today, if AMD takes out 162 with force, it's got another number, 166 and 172. Nobody wants to miss it. Now, they haven't guided, and they haven't said they're sold out, but if they were to say AMD or AI chips are sold out, this opens at 200 that day. Wow. And that's what we know. That's what we know. Okay? But the trend for this week is lower. Okay? So chill and relax. Take your profits on NVIDIA over and over again. Roll up. Then we see. Okay? Lilly cannot seem to take out the 652. Okay? That's what we know. Okay, let's get started. Hold on, let me look here. Questions. SPX just dropped. Absolutely. What did it go down to? Down 24. Okay. Okay, good morning, everybody. Stocks go up, stocks go down. SPX down 23. That puts it at 47.43, 47.42. 47.31 is a big number. 47.31 is a big number. And then 4,700. This is expiration week. There's some liquidity issues I'm hearing. And taking the market lower. Then we see. Okay? Avago. 1126, 1152. NVIDIA. 568, 572, 581. Adobe. 598, 603. Lam Research. 772, 800. Earnings next week on Lam Research. 732. Lilly. 652. Meta. 372, 379. JP Morgan. Watch this one. Every time JP Morgan seems to open down, the market struggles a little bit. Okay? It's down again. Okay? 172. AMD. 162, 166. MicroStrategy. So I calculated the value. Everybody's saying, oh, their other business is worth something. Their other business is worth zero. Their stock would be $1 if they sold all their Bitcoin and gave it back to their took it off their books and everything. Okay? Their other business is not worth nothing. Okay? Now, once again, if to be a great trader, you have to be open-minded. if you talk your positions to me, I know right away that you're going to fail. I don't care what your position is. Okay? Coin, I'm telling you, doesn't make anything from these accounts. They're almost nothing accounts. Fidelity, all these people that give you money, all these brokerages that say bring your account here and then don't pay interest, they make money off your money while it's sitting there. Okay? That's what Coin's hoping. That you go buy crypto, you sell your crypto, or they lever your crypto, which they shouldn't do, because then now they're in trouble if they lever it as a company. So just understand that. Netflix, another upgrade today to 525. The last two upgrades took it all the way to 500 and then straight down. Goldman Sachs needs 388. Boeing, 196, 191. Caterpillar, down 20 from when rates started to drop. It's down 20. Okay, downside 262, upside 301. SMCI, 3 times now it's got over this, near this 350 and dropped 25. If and when it hits 357, don't miss it. Don't miss it. If it gets there. No idea when it gets there. Maybe this week. Maybe next week. Maybe 6 weeks. Okay? Microsoft, 394. NOW CEO just came out and said not one CEO in Davos is talking about price. They don't care. They're all saying they just need to be in it. 736. Tesla. Why did Tesla go up yesterday? Because some guys with vested interest, Gary Black and these guys have vested interest. 80% of their account is in Tesla. They're going to come out and say stuff that isn't real. They're going to make stuff up. Let me tell you something that Gary Black, he said, oh my God, Tesla and whoever, they came out and said Tesla's going to give him what he wants. Let me tell you, these guys don't even think. You know the first thing you do if you're Tesla? You split the stock into voting and non-voting shares. Why wouldn't you create voting and non-voting shares? Right? You could easily do that. This is what Facebook does, or Meta. Zuckerberg owns all the voting shares. Why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't these guys even suggest that? Oh, because they're not Sam? That's how you solve this thing. You give them the voting rights, you don't give them anything else. Isn't that interesting? Only one Sam. That's what I know, that's what I know. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.